What up, Scaccia Fam? Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to another Scaccia Sunday. I wanted to start this video off by first apologizing because I know that this is 2 weeks in a row that I'm doing a video that is not singing. As you all saw from last week's video, I was visiting my boyfriend Ricky, which was incredible. I had the most fun, and it was really great to be able to introduce you guys to him and put some disgusting jelly beans in our mouth. But of course, coming back from visiting him, I have to self-isolate for a little while, so I'm away from my recording equipment and stuff like that. But I promise you, next Sunday there will be singing again. But I was taking this time to think, and I realized it's been over a year since I've done a questions video, and in the last year I've gotten so many more members of the Scaccia Fam. You know, we reached 65,000 recently, which is really, really cool, and I really appreciate all of you so much. And I asked all of you on Instagram and on YouTube, what do you want to know about me? Ask me anything. And there were lots of questions, so I'm really excited. There are some that are repeated from the last video from last year, so I may not answer those questions if they're the exact same. So if your question wasn't answered, I would encourage you to watch my first questions video from last year, because I probably answered it in that video, and that's why I'm not answering it in this one. I also want to say, while I'm here, Scaccia Fam, I do have a second YouTube channel in case you haven't heard of it. It's called Covers of the Wind. It's right over here. And it's my YouTube channel that I dedicate only to Disney songs, singing Disney songs. So if that's something that you're into, I really hope that you will go and check out Covers of the Wind and subscribe, because I upload on this main channel every Sunday, and I upload to Covers of the Wind every Wednesday. So if you want two moments of Scaccia in your week, then I would encourage you to do that. Without further ado, let's get started. I'm really excited about this. First question. Oh my god, we're starting with this. Boxers or briefs? So it's changed throughout my life, but now I'm at a point where it's briefs and maybe boxer briefs. You will never see me in a pair of boxers. Ever. It's just not comfortable. It doesn't protect things enough, you know? So, I can't believe we're starting with that. Is singing how you make a living, or do you have a side hustle? I had a side hustle for a really long time. Well, actually, I had like a 9 to 5 for quite a while. But now, singing kind of really is, or music at the very least, is how I make most of my money, because I'm a voice teacher here in Vancouver now, and I sing live a lot, so my money kind of comes, you know, it comes from all over, but it's all music related, other than I think the 1 or 2 days that I would work at the ice rink near where I live, you know, when it was still open, although it is reopening, so we'll see about that. But yeah, for the most part, music it's my baby now. If you won the lottery, what would be the first thing you would do or buy? This is a tough question, because I feel like there are a lot of things. The main thing now, the first thing that comes to my mind is I would use a lot of those resources to get Ricky and I living in the same place. And then after that, I'd probably put a lot of it into my music. The more I put into music, the more I'm gonna get out from it, and that is, you know, ultimately what I want. Right now, it's about love and music. I would probably help my parents out and all that stuff. It's a hard question to answer, and that's why I think my mind is going all over the place right now, because, you know. Are you going to do a cover of Rain on Me? Yes, at some point I definitely will, because I love that song. It is so good. Chromatica was a really, really fun album, so I'm happy to see Gaga in her fullest form, so yes, absolutely. At some point I'll do Rain on Me. Rain on me. How did you meet Randy and start making videos with the Safe House Project? So, the Safe House Project, for those of you who don't know, most of you probably know, but for those of you who don't know, the Safe House Project is another YouTube channel. Randy is local, he's here in Vancouver, and he's kind of like Kurt Hugo Schneider. He does a lot of really cool mashups and things like that. I started working with the Safe House Project back in 2017, so that was like three and a half years ago now. I had sung at a casino with a girl that had done a couple videos with the Safe House Project before, Charlie. Hi, Charlie. She shared one of her projects of hers and Randy's and Nikita's to her Facebook page, and I was like, what is this? Oh my god, this looks so cool. So I just found the Safe House Project Facebook page and messaged Randy directly, and I was like, hi, you don't know me, but I know Charlie. This is some of my music. Like, if you ever need a male vocalist, can you please let me know? And he responded basically right away saying, yeah, do you want to do a Chainsmokers mashup with Charlie and Nikita? And that was how it started. Chainsmokers mashup was the first project I did with them, and I've done several with Randy since, and it's been amazing. I love working with them. It's like a little family, honestly. What is your favorite song? I think I did answer this in my first video, but I'll say it again. My favorite song of all time is Vienna by Billy Joel, and actually since then I have done a cover of it on my channel. It's just got a really, really important message, I think, and it's been my favorite song for years now. So if you don't know Vienna, go check it out. Go check out my cover of it as well. I'm really proud of it, and I love that song. I have a lot of other favorites. Always Be My Baby by Mariah Carey is a big one, especially right now. What was the hardest moment in your life and what did you do to overcome it? This is an interesting question. I mean, a lot of things have happened, and I don't want to get too deep and too dark in this video, but to be honest, life is sometimes really, really hard all the time. At some point in my life, I was diagnosed with extreme generalized anxiety disorder, which, you know, I think the world is getting a lot better at breaking the stigma as to what anxiety is and what it isn't, because having generalized anxiety is not the same thing as just being anxious once in a while. It can be constant, and sometimes just waking up, just getting out of bed is so hard, you know, when you have days where it's really, really bad. I've gotten to a point in my life where I've got it at manageable levels, but this kind of goes into the what I do to overcome it part of your question, Alex, and to be honest, what I do to overcome this, and honestly what I do to overcome anything, is I've built an amazing network of support, and I'm a strong believer that that can help you get through almost anything. I have a really, really patient and supportive partner, boyfriend. Ricky has taught me what it means to actually love somebody. I have really supportive parents who, you know, they're Italian, so sometimes they're a bit hot-headed, but they listen, they're understanding, they would do anything to see me succeed and to see me happy. I have amazing friends, you know, friends that I've grown up with since I was a little kid. Julia, Megan, Taylor, hello, who have been there for me through thick and thin, no matter what's happened, no matter how in my head I get, and no matter how much life has consumed me, they're always there, and I always want to be there for them the best I can. I just have an amazing network of support, and I turn to them whenever I need to, and they've helped me get through anything that I've needed to. Turned really, really sappy very quickly, so I apologize for that. We're gonna move on. What's your favorite Disney movie and song of all time? I love your covers so much. Aw, thank you. Okay, so favorite Disney movie and song, both are from Hercules is my favorite Disney movie probably. Tied with Mulan, it's tough between those two, but because my favorite Disney song is in Hercules, I'm gonna say Hercules, and my favorite Disney song is I Won't Say I'm in Love. And the reason why I haven't covered it on Covers of the Wind yet is because I want to do it perfectly, because I love that song that much, so be patient. Do you ever shave your chest? Yes, well, I never shave it, but I trim it, like with an electric trimmer. I trim it pretty short because otherwise it gets out of control. Like, it gets crazy. I'm Italian, so I grow a lot of hair. Trim it down a bit. I don't like, because I have really, really pale skin and stuff, so I don't like how it looks completely bare and, you know, but, so I trim it really short with an electric razor and I call it a day. Let me see. Woohoo! When you were a kid singing into a hairbrush, I used a water bottle. Who was the one artist that made you feel like, I want to be just like them, and what song of theirs was it that you loved to sing? Obviously it was Mariah Carey. You know how big Mariah Carey is to my life, and just how much of a crazed, obsessed fan I am, and she really was the landmark for me. She was what started everything for me, and it was, I'll never forget, it was Always Be My Baby. That was the song I always sang. I always sang it with my mom. She would always sing it to me, and watching her at Madison Square Garden on TV, that was kind of the defining moment for me. I was a little kid and I was like, I want to do that. And you know, when you're a kid, you just think that, but then you get older and older and you realize, whoa, like, I want to actually make this happen. So I'm doing it. Every song you sing feels like it has so much of your heart in it. Oh, thank you. What's your process to connecting with songs and getting ready to perform or record them? So the getting ready to record them part, I answered a little bit in my first questions video. Depending on how hard the song is, I'll practice it a few times, but in terms of connecting to a song, I think for me, a general rule is, especially for YouTube where I get quite a bit of freedom over what I'm singing, I won't really sing a song that I don't emotionally connect with, but at the same time, for those people who know me personally, you know, my friends, my family, my boyfriend, they know that I'm a very, very emotional person. Like, I'm really sensitive and I cry a lot and I get happy a lot. Like, my emotions, I'm just a very emotional person. I'm not an angry person. That's kind of the one emotion that doesn't really happen that often. But I'm very, like, I get really happy, I get really sad, I get really, you know, I feel a lot of things. And so it's not hard for me to feel things in general. Knowing that I can feel those emotions for so long, even positive ones, you know, it can make being a musician really, really fulfilling, because for me, music is all about feeling. You know, technique is important, but at the end of the day, when you're a singer, you're a storyteller. You want to paint a picture, you want to feel things, and then you want the people that are listening to you to feel the same things you're feeling. And that's the most beautiful part about music for me, so I really liked that question. Hey, I just started singing lessons 6 months ago. Ooh, congrats. And I'm struggling with a lot of insecurities about the way I sing. I wanted to know how your process is, if you've ever had these insecurities, and if you've always had talent since day one. Oh, well, there's a lot of things to answer here. In terms of if I've always had talent, I've always had good pitch. Like, when I was little, I just was always able to sing along to songs and stuff like that, and sing on pitch, sing in tune. I think that part some people have more innately than others, but that doesn't mean that there are people who can't learn how to sing. I like to use a fitness analogy in this case, because I have some voice students that are complete beginners, and you know, pitch matching and stuff like that doesn't maybe come as naturally to them. And what I always tell them is that, like, it's kind of like going to the gym. There are some people who kind of have like the natural framework to just bulk up and get bigger really easily, whereas some people have to work a little bit harder at it. And that's kind of the case with singing too. If you don't have naturally good pitch, that doesn't mean you can't learn how to sing. It just means you'll just have to build that foundation a little bit stronger and work a little harder to get through that. I was lucky that I had good pitch kind of from the get-go, but I absolutely had a lot of insecurities when I first started. I always used to love just like belting out and singing in my bedroom, like, and be like, damn, oh my god, I sound amazing. And then the minute I was ever asked to sing in front of people when I was a teenager and when I was a kid, I would just clam up and just kind of, oh god, and then I'd sing really shyly. And kind of what happened with me is I kind of had like a light switch moment. It was very, very quick where I was like, you know what? What if I just try singing like I do in my bedroom in front of these people and see what happens? Like, there's nothing to lose. It literally just happened to me one day out of the blue, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. And I was at choir practice and I did it. And everything changed for me after that moment, because people were like, whoa, I didn't know you could sing like that. And then it's just kind of like, there's a bit of a threshold. Eventually you get to a point of like, you know what, I'm not gonna be shy, I'm just gonna like go for it. And then you can let your guard down, and then you start lessons, and then you start working on things. The beginning of your singing journey can be a little bit scary and a little bit frustrating, but again, like going to the gym, you just need to keep doing it. You need to keep practicing, and then eventually you'll get to a point where it's like, whoa, like, I've gotten so much better. So I would encourage you to keep at it. The insecurities will go away on their own. Just don't be shy and listen to your voice teacher and practice. I want to know if you can whistle, like the whistle register, I guess he's asking. There are days when I can and there are days when I can't. Can I use it in a song? Not really. The whistle register it's really, really tough. It takes a lot of work, and if you do it wrong, you can really hurt yourself. You can damage your voice, and the thing is for me, I know I'm a Mariah Carey fan, but there's not a ton of use for the whistle register for me, so I don't invest all my time in it. I like to invest my time right now in my head voice, actually, because I want to strengthen that, because I feel like as a male pop vocalist I can use that a lot. So I prioritize that right now. Where are you from? What made you like singing? Oh, I already kind of answered what made you like singing, the whole Mariah Carey thing. Where are you from? What made you start YouTube? And any advice for people who are having trouble with toxic people? Oh my goodness, that took a turn. Okay, so I'm from Canada. I live in Vancouver. I was born and raised here, but my parents were born in Italy. What made me start YouTube? I started this channel when I was like 15 years old, because I was friends with this other girl who I went to high school with who was a singer, Catherine Delacruz. Hey, Catherine. She's moved to the United States since then, but I wanted to put a cover of the two of us singing together, so we did A Whole New World from Aladdin, and then I didn't really do much with YouTube for a long time. And then in 2018, I was talking with my buddy Greg, who has been such an amazing help with this channel. He does all my thumbnails and all that stuff. I was at this point where I kind of was stuck musically, and I was like, I don't know what to do. And so I called Greg and I met up with him, and he said, I want you to start uploading to YouTube once a week. Just trust me, just do it, and we'll see what happens. And I was like, okay. I had nothing else to lose, you know, so I was like, I'll just do it. And then I did, and things grew so quickly, and then, you know, a month later I recorded I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston. I was wearing this shirt, funny enough. And things just changed. Things just improved, and I've stuck with it. You know, YouTube is such a safe space for me now. You guys are like my family. I'm so happy that I listened to Greg 2 years ago, because I don't know where I'd be without YouTube. It's such an amazing creative outlet for me, and it's something I look forward to doing every week. Now I do it twice a week because I have my other channel, Covers of the Wind, which I hope some of you are subscribed to. In case you don't know about Covers of the Wind, it's a second channel I have that is just for Disney covers, so go and subscribe to that. Oh, and to answer your question about having trouble with toxic people, Layla, it's hard, it's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, toxic people, what I would say step one is communicate with them. And if you can't reach kind of like a middle ground and a happy place with that person, and it just remains toxic, you've got to let it go. I know it's tough, but there are so many people in this world that are not going to be toxic for you. And a toxic person doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad person, it just means that maybe they just don't mesh well with you, and vice versa. And if it's just not working after enough communicating, let it go and move on and find people who do mesh with you. It's really, really important. What's your favorite hobby to do when you're not singing? I have a lot of things. I play a lot of sports. I've been playing soccer since I was like 5 years old, and I've been playing volleyball for a long time as well. So I love playing soccer and volleyball, and I love playing video games. I play a lot of video games. That's like how my boyfriend and I spend a lot of our time together. We usually FaceTime each other and we play games together. We play Final Fantasy XIV, we play League of Legends, we play Guild Wars 2, and that's usually what I'm doing. If I'm not singing, I'm either playing sports or working out, or playing games, and specifically with my boyfriend now, so it's really nice. So those are kind of the things I do when I'm not singing, and they're all things I like very much. So many good questions. Do other members of your family sing too, or play musical instruments? Do you get your musical talents from your parents? No. In terms of my immediate family, I'm the only musician. My mom claims that she plays the drums and she's really good. None of us have heard her. We've given her the opportunity to play in front of us, and she said no, so we all think she's lying. My nana has a really pretty voice, but she's not like a professional singer or anything. My Uncle Sal, though, my mom's brother, is a very talented musician. He was in a lot of bands when he was younger, but that's basically it. I'm the only professional musician in my family, and the only like kind of musical person in my immediate family. Thanks for your question. I don't know where it came from. I just know I really like to sing. I've had a lot of people on YouTube and Instagram asking me if I'm single, and at this point I guess I've talked about it a lot already in this video. I am not single. I am in a very happy relationship with my partner Ricky. Hi Ricky. Who obviously, if you guys watched last week's video, I did have him on my channel, which was amazing, and I've done a couple covers kind of dedicated to him and to us. It's been great. He's really special, and he's very patient and makes me feel special. So yeah, it's very nice. So no, I am not single. Would you like to learn Spanish to be able to sing more songs? I am all for learning any language, honestly. I should probably learn more Italian at some point, but I'm trying to learn a Spanish song phonetically right now. I'm trying to learn Contigo en la Distancia, which was done by Christina Aguilera. I really want to cover that song. It's a really beautiful song. I'm just kind of working through it, so be patient. It'll come. How can you edit your song covers? Can you make a video tutorial? I can definitely do a video tutorial at some point in the future if you guys are interested in that, on how I make my videos, how I edit them and stuff like that. It's actually pretty bare bones. I'm not the greatest at editing stuff, especially video editing, but I'm getting better. I've gotten better. It's a long topic, obviously, so I definitely would have to make a separate video for that, but I can if you guys are interested in that. Oh, I guess I've kind of answered most of them. Again, there are some that were repeats from my first questions video, so again, if your question was missed, It's either because it was an inappropriate question, no, I'm just kidding, or mainly because I had already answered it in my first questions video, so just make sure you go watch that one if I missed your question. It's been a lot of fun. I hope that you guys enjoy. I know you probably missed the singing. Don't worry, the singing will be back next week, but I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed this too. I really enjoy kind of interacting with you guys and figuring out, you know, what it is that you want to know more about me and just all those things, especially since the Scaccia Fam has grown quite a bit since last year, which I'm really grateful for. I want to end this video just by saying thank you. Thank you for being so supportive, and thank you for tuning in every single week and dealing with my awkwardness, and just thank you. I couldn't ask for a better fan base. You guys are amazing, and you guys are very sweet, and I really appreciate it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you liked this video and if you like my singing, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I upload new videos every week. Make sure you smash that like button, comment, share, and ring that bell so you know when I'm going to be uploading another video. I'll see y'all next week with another video, and it will be a singing one, I promise. Take care, Scaccia Fam.